Hello. Today I would like to show you something that I recently built, and I hope it will be handy for most Reaper and Dorico users, as well as for Cubase and Ableton users. I chose Reaper because Reaper has less issues with very large libraries such as BBC um, Pro and Spitfire instruments. I usually use the Air Studios Reverb on all individual instruments. I don't use Ensemble reverbs because they are really unrealistic in most cases. You clearly hear the difference. And usually, when I tried this in the past in Ableton, as you might see in my previous videos, the air reverb is really heavy in calculations, and especially Cubase has issues to handle it. Same goes for the VSL reverb, which is also some sort of three-dimensional or spatial simulation of instruments. And yeah, I have pre-set up in this entire file that you will get, not just the Reaper file with all the pre-set up MIDI channels, but as well as the entire setup with all pre-positioned instruments where they should be placed in the orchestra. Of course, when you don't have Air Studios Reverb, this is not a problem. The file should load as well. So of course you can change the orchestra, the BBC orchestra instruments by yourself. I really built an entire setup, so I will show you. That was the routing manager, that was the wrong one. So as you might see, we have an almost full woodwind section. We have three channels left for the MIDI in the woodwinds. Of course, you can use it for other instruments. We have an almost full brass section. Of course, I don't use any ensemble patches. I never do that because, yeah, it's a clear difference when you write music. And yeah, of course, I don't also, I will not give you just the Reaper file. I have also a pre-set up Dorico file. So I chose 3 MIDI channels or ports. Yeah, they are connected to my U6 Midi Pro from CME. It's probably one of the best or fastest MIDI interfaces you can get on the market. And as you can see, I loaded all the expression maps to the corresponding instruments. You get all those expression maps in the zip file. You probably have to relocate them, of course. Maybe you need to reassign them, but this is just, yeah, it take you an hour or something. As you can see, this is the brass section. We also have here some percussions already to fill the gaps, and here the untuned percussions, as well as the tap instruments, harp, piano, synthesizer, guitar, and the string section, of course. And the nice thing about this workflow is you can write in notation, and as you can hear in the background, the data will be streamed live in almost real time to Reaper. So I will do a split screen. Last time when I tried to stream, OBS yeah, killed my stream because, yeah, it leads to crackling. So as you can see, when we scroll to the violins, you see the data is streamed almost in real time. So those red indicators are the MIDI data streams, and the blue one is the volume, of course. So, and yeah, I have pre-placed them. I also used some additional scripts that I really, yeah, suggest to use in Reaper. As you might know, a bunch of famous composers already using Reaper because it's so powerful. And there is something called rearticulate. This is something which really works perfectly with BBC Pro. So it's an add-on VST if you like. And on the internet, on their GitHub page, you can download for the majority of instruments. You can download those articulations for each individual patch or instrument or whatever, and you can just click in the MIDI and it will be placed and automatically changed in the instrument. So you don't have to do this by hand. It works out of the box. It's similar to the articulations and dynamics expression maps inside of Cubase. But in Cubase, you always have to set up it, or in other words, you in most cases have to build it once and then you save it in your template and whatever. So here you have it. And you also have an indication, how many times you use it. So nevertheless, I will close this. We don't need this right now. I put it into each instrument in case you want to edit your MIDI data afterwards. The advantage of this workflow is you can write your music, your instrumental orchestra piece inside of Dorico. It is playable by a real orchestra, and you can then export the entire MIDI data with all the key switches, everything that you wrote in. So for example, when I wrote, that was the wrong one. When I wrote legato to the violoncello, the legato patch should be loaded. So when I open here, and when I of course need to play, and then it should switch. Yeah, exactly here. So let us say we want to go for consort. Now, can we do a split screen? So I will place it here. And let us say consort. And as you can see, it has switched to consort. So this is really awesome. So you don't have to wrap your head around all those dynamics. Everything will be in the inside of the preset. And of course, I will demonstrate it now. Enough at talking here. And one thing to mention, I also have assigned here all those ports. So when you install it first, you probably have to reassign them. Sometimes when you start Dorico second and Reaper first, it can happen that Dorico isn't able to find your MIDI device. So when you have this, so when no sound is coming from Dorico, no MIDI is reaching your Reaper, you only have to deactivate the active project, reactivate it again, and it should work. In rare cases, or sometimes when it's heavily cracking in the sound, you should restart your MIDI interface. So this is the solution I found. It's really not an issue at all. It just works. So, and yeah, let us start it here. As you can see, Dorico is also generating the entire dynamics according to what a real player would do. So all the phrasing is done automatically. So I will make this a little quieter. So as you see, the dynamics will be generated automatically. as you can see, it works. You hear the sound not from Dorico, you hear the sound with all your effects inside of Reaper. And in case you like that, only what you have to do is you export your MIDI, however your flow was named, and you load it into your Dorico section. You drag those corresponding MIDI to each instrument, and then you have it. And then you can fine tune it and can send it to whatever you want. So the same applies for those files that I sent you in the zip file. So do whatever you want with that. I hope it supports the community. I hope it supports the Reaper community as well as the Dorico community. Yeah, this is something you cannot do right now in Dorico, because Dorico itself is limited to a couple of slots for the instruments. So as you can see, I have none right now because I only use MIDI instruments, but usually you have something like 5 slots, effect slots. And yeah, that's sometimes not enough. You can also not automate each parameter only in a very clunky way, I would say. So, but as you can see, it works. What you will also see in the file itself is that I have assigned a different piano. It's a complete piano. I use the legendary HC, which is Hans Zimmer's own synthesizer. I highly recommend to purchase this. It has, for almost all, including Dune, the presets in here. I also use Ample Guitar because Ample Guitar, most of you know, is the best guitar that you can purchase as a VST on the market. I have the Martin, the legendary Martin guitar. And every instrument is exactly placed where it should be in the orchestra. So of course you can change it. So when I take a look at the violins, you see they are placed on the left side. The first violins on the left side of the audience or the microphones. This is pre-placed and mostly balanced. So except the double bass is a little quieter for my taste. But usually everything is balanced and stick to 0 dB in the volume scale, because usually when you write music, it should sound natural, and that means you control the loudness with your expressions in your score. And yeah, so enough to say, I hope it helps you. I will load it up and have a nice day. Yeah, share a word for it. Bye.